What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Bob Arum, Deontay Wilder, and Donald Trump. According to Bob Arum, lies, lies, and more lies. Preposterous Deontay Wilder compared to Donald Trump. As a promoter, Bob Arum says the boxer is not making any sense with the Tyson Fury conspiracy theories. Wow. Deontay Wilder has been linked to Donald Trump by veteran boxer Bob Arum, of course. Now we know of the excuses. And if you guys don't know by now, it was the suit, then the bicep injury, then the trainer was on his team, then the referee was against him, then the weights in his gloves, then the spiked water. It was a lot of those particular things. The excuses bounced all over the place. Okay. Now, according to to Bob, quote, Deontay Wilder has been spoiled by our former president, Donald Trump, who says you can say any lie or any preposterous thing, and maybe some people believe it. In Trump's case, they believed it and stormed the Capitol. Deontay Wilder, again, irresponsible for what he's saying totally. Whatever it's about, Tyson Fury, Mark Breland, a tremendous day, Deontay Wilder is not making any sense. But hey, if the former president who served 4 years doesn't make sense, Deontay Wilder is just another Trumpian, said Bob Arum. Wow, okay. Let me counterpunch. Not all for politics and things of that nature, but they seem similar. Okay. It's just unfortunate for both people, really more for Wilder, that this shit happened around the same time. The excuses came before the Capitol was stormed, and he is targeted as that person responsible for it. Former president of the United States, Donald Trump, with certain things he said to rev everybody up and those things like that. Of course, we had the recount or the fraudulent Russian emails and by, all that stuff, with Hillary. Even after he won, he was still trying to push the issue. So you could tell it was something that was definitely, what's the word? Obnoxious. Okay. Now, for Wilder, the same things occur. If you go from bicep injury to spiked water to referee to coach, that's a lot of things that you're bringing to the table. That's a lot of things that you're bringing to the table, and you believe each and every one of them. It would be different if Wilder didn't believe any of them. If Wilder just thought, hey, it was one of them. Like, hey, you pick one, I think it was one of these because this is what made this fight off. But all of them, impossible. And then, I think that Wilder should pick himself back up. Fortunately for Wilder, he's in a better position than Donald Trump, simply because Donald Trump has to wait another 4 years before he can each run again. Deontay Wilder just has to start kicking some ass and showing that he's still the man. And he never fell off to get himself back to where he was, and at least, give his fans something to talk about. Okay. Give people something to talk about that, hey, you're still worthy of that title called king. Okay. And that's another comparison because a lot of people still call Donald Trump to this day our president. You know what I mean? So, it happens. He's not the first person that did it. But hey, neither was Wilder. Wilder was not the first person that came up with excuses when he took his first loss. Donald Trump, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, a lot of these guys made up excuses like that. No, my dog was sick. I didn't like the country. They cursed me. Okay? Those were things that, my trainer tried to drug me. George Foreman said that. He said that out of his own mouth. So, if you're going to blame and you're going to throw Deontay Wilder under the bus, you have to acknowledge these other fighters as well. Realistically speaking. Now, I think storming the Capitol, no, that's a totally different situation. But this is a president's influence on a bunch of mad ass American guys and people and a mob of people that don't like a certain thing, and then will say, oh, well, hey, he was cheated out of the presidency, so therefore we're going to storm the Capitol. That type of thing. It's very comparable, very comparable. You look at those, you take that situation with the Capitol and people storming the damn Capitol, which is something I never seen before, ever, ever. Hopefully I never see it again in my lifetime. But you know what I mean? If people do that once, it might bring and give birth to other ideas to do it again. Who knows? But I hope not. You compare that to, what's the guy's name? Drew. I forget I know his name is Drew, for saying he wishes Javon Hill would burn up in a car fire. Now you're wishing death upon someone based on a possible or something that you can't even prove to be true. You want to definitely see somebody or hope and wish somebody burn up in a car fire. Titan Drew, that's his name. This cat. Titan Drew wishes that upon him versus, hey, storming the Capitol, and doing bodily harm to somebody. Hey, that's serious. When preposterous ideas go too far, when people start to believe shit that they should really just sit down and start thinking about, even if they believe it, you have to sit down and take a reality check on what of this shit can you prove that you say you believe, or you're just going off belief and then you're acting off belief with no facts behind it. Okay, that's the thing. Like people swear, oh, hey, there are some facts behind, it was some fraudulent stuff going on with voting and all that. No, bro, that's just an excuse. People didn't get their way and they acted out. But that's what people do when the wrong type of people enter those type of positions. And obviously for Deontay Wilder, if he's going to act like that, you got to question, hey, were you even worthy of that particular crown anyway? Because when you lost it, you acted a straight ass. So, at this point, you got two other guys fighting for one of the belts that he had for 5 years. You have to ask yourself, if he causes all that, if he's saying all this and accusing people of all that, how is he worthy of being a king? It seems like to me, you just bring a bunch of shit when you lose and you don't know how to take it. Counterpunch. That's what it seems like to me. Because at the end of the day, you lost. You got beat up. You got punched. It ain't like you got fouled a lot. He got a point deducted from him. And I don't even think they were just overly excessive to me. Your head in a headlock. How many times people do that in fights? I see that shit all the time, especially when you got guys, their energy's up. They're trying to plant their position in the ring, make their dominance in the ring, push the other fighter back. Yeah, you're going to have some wrestling here and there. Yeah, you had that. But to take a point, I think that was excessive. So to say the referee's against you, that's just stupid. But it's sad that both of these things happen around the same time, on top of the fact that a couple years ago, both of these guys were together signing treaties. Deontay Wilder was waving and hand clapping and fist bumping, and so was President Trump signing treaties to pardon a man that's been dead for 100 years. Right? So it's one of those things. It's the irony of it is off the chain. But Bob Arum, of course, he is, of course, he doesn't care for any of those guys. So you might say, oh, well, that's biased because he's Team Fury. He's the promoter or the co-promoter of Team Fury. Fair play. But can you say it's not preposterous? No, you can't, because all of it was. Take your loss like a man on both sides. Donald Trump should go back to Trump tires. Deontay Wilder should go back to wherever, Tuscaloosa. Or wherever he trains. Build yourself back up and rise again. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on this particular article by Bob Arum. Of course, you guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.